The clock has started.
All right, the clock has started.
Well, good evening, Mr. Devon.
Well, how are you?
It's
been a while.
Yeah, it's been like since episode
26.
26. So that makes this.
Episode 27.
He can do math.
Well,
yes.
Simple math for simple minds.
Yeah. Episode 27.
Yes.
Which is.
We did 24 last year? No. 22 last year? I don't know. It's episode 27.
I can't think straight without alcohol.
Well, then.
What have we? Who is our sponsor today, Mr. Devon?
Our sponsor today is Blanton's.
Blanton.
The famed, hard-to-find Blantons.
Famed, hard to find. How is it
Super
famed
hard to find.
and how is it
Super
hard to find? Why?
I don't know why, but every person that I know that drinks bourbon loves Blanton's. Everybody loves Blanton's, but it's always hard to find, especially in Oregon. This came all the way from Hawaii at Costco.
So it's not that hard to find. Then.
No, I've never seen it. I've never seen this except at two people's houses.
Really?
Never seen it in a store.
Wow.
Ever. I would buy all of them. At Costco in Hawaii on the Big Island in Kona, I go there and I'm going to the liquor aisle because I always bring liquor home because I find the stuff that's cheap there and expensive here. And they had this. And I literally, well, not literally, but figuratively crapped my pants.
Good.
And I put 3 bottles in my cart. And then I went down, I bought 3 bottles of this, 2 bottles of this, whatever. And then there was a guy looking at him like, you should get that. And he's like, oh, look, it says limit 1.
Oh, man. So what'd you do? How'd you get around that limit?
Well, my father-in-law and his brother.
There you go.
They had 5 left. I told Uncle Murph to go back the next day.
Yeah.
To get me more. He went there, but he got there 30 minutes before they opened, so he didn't go in. The next day, all gone.
Wow. I've never had this.
Well,
I should have some.
Today's you're like, I know you don't like bourbon as much.
Okay.
As much.
Thank you.
But
Thank you for that clarification.
this is a treat. This is a treat.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Even Christina likes this. And she doesn't like bourbon. In fact, when I went back to get this, she's like, what? And I said, I have 2 more. She's like, oh, okay. So, cheers.
Cheers.
My friend.
Here's to you going down the Cabana Hole.
Yes, with your pinky up.
Pinky is up.
So delicious. Come on, man.
No, it's good. No, it's good.
So the last time we talked, you were about to head to Arizona. I was heading to Huna.
Oh, that's right.
Right?
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Gosh, it feels longer than just a couple weeks ago.
I know. Well,
we did kind of preemptively record.
we did.
But still, it felt like a long time ago.
Yeah.
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 So, fill me in. What happened in Hawaii? In Huna.
You went to Arizona first, so you should start. I saw all the pictures, all your walks and hikes, and
Walks and hikes.
yeah, it looked like a great weather compared to here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was marvelous. Had a good time. Larry and Tammy, had fun with them. Met another couple that was unexpected. That they, from here, and never really knew.
From here?
Yeah, never really knew her well. Her husband had left her, and because he was a friend of mine, I knew him more than her, so just never really connected. But she saw Julie post some things on Facebook that we were there. She goes, "Hey, I'm here too. You guys want to come over?" And we
Like they live there now?
6 months there, 6 months here.
Oh, snowbirds.
Yeah, snowbirds.
Nice.
And
My favorite topic.
and we just really had a great time. Her husband, new husband, just is a great guy, and talk about small world. So he and I are talking, finds out what I do, and oh, do you know other roofers around there? It's like, geez, there's a million roofing companies, It's
That's like, you work at Intel, do you know so?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, there's 12,000 people in Oregon.
Exactly. It's like that.
Is this the time
What?
where you actually knew the person?
Exactly, because he goes, oh yeah, just a friend of mine that he's my tennis buddy, Walt Cowell. Walt? I know Walt because that was when I first started this 30 years ago. He was looking at using the same product that I use for treating rows for moss control. And I hadn't seen Walt in forever, you know, so I just thought that was so funny that he would pick a guy that I actually did once know.
That happened to me once.
It's
Where
weird.
somebody asked me about an Intel guy. And
Wow.
And I knew who it was. It was his brother that I knew.
Wow.
And only one time has it happened.
Yeah, because
So that's
with
why I was like,
Intel, that's
there's
like
like
a
12,000
state.
Yeah.
It's like a small state.
It's like North Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was good. So that was a pleasant surprise. And nothing, you know, major. It was just, you know, nice seeing some old friends again, and
Nice.
especially in sunny weather. Got to go to the Undertow.
Yeah.
When we were heading back before catching our flight, went to the Undertow, a great tiki bar there in Phoenix.
Nice.
Marvelous drinks, marvelous decor. It was really cool. You're just like in this old ship, you know, and we were sitting next to the porthole, and
Yeah, I remember the picture of you.
yeah, and there was a stormy
And you
weather.
had a Happy Friday from there, right?
Yeah.
Like you made a Happy
Yeah,
Friday.
yeah.
See, I watched those
Yeah,
things.
you
unlike
should have watched
guys.
it too.
Unlike you guys.
Yeah. I need to get more people, I actually need to get more people listening to my music. I'm kind of starting to think, wow, there's actually something that could happen here. Because I'm able to get like 1 or 2 coffees a month now.
Nice. Nice. I'm not still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. So, fill me in on Huna.
So went to Huna to go fishing. Well, 2 days before I left, Jared blew up one of his motors. So he has a 2-motor boat, right?
So did you just kind of go around in circles?
Yeah, we just went in circles. We only caught 2 9-pound fish.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So bad.
That's sad.
It was so bad. So I have 18 pounds of fish for sale.
Okay.
I sold 2 pounds today, 2 pounds today,
Nice.
but with no advertising yet.
Right.
I stayed overnight on a boat for the first time.
Ooh.
It was kind of cool. We went to this place called Dundas Bay. It took us 4.5 hours to get there because we were traveling 7 knots. It was so...
Were you like paddling out of the
Yeah,
boat?
like,
you know?
come on, let's go. Let me help here. And so Jared and his deckhand Richie, it was quite a unique experience, I will say. But sleeping on the boat was fun. Like I think I could do that.
Oh, cool.
Like it was cool.
I have slept on a boat. Of course, it was anchored in the harbor.
Well,
So-
we were anchored in Dundas Bay,
Right.
like kind of back, you know.
Well, this was, you know, right at the pier, kind of anchor.
yeah. You were tied to the dock.
But it was when I was doing the restoration of the Alyssa down there in Galveston, and so we'd go down there at night, stay the night on the boat, so that
Yeah.
the next day, Saturday, just work all day, you know, schwabbing the deck. So were you schwabbing the deck?
No, I was shitting in a bucket. Literally, there was a bucket.
A bucket.
There was a toilet seat, so that was nice. But it was cold.
Oh yeah, I bet.
It was like 39, 37 degrees out there. And like his boat has like the back deck, and then there's like the walls, and then he's got a platform that his motors are sitting on.
Right.
And so we just would go on the platform with the bucket because we weren't moving, right? So,
Right.
but we were kind of, you know, sheltered off. So like when you're wiping your ass, nobody's looking at you.
Taking pictures.
And it was cold, man. You know, when you're pissing off the side of the boat and your piss has steam coming off it,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know it's cold.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, it's fine. What are you going to do? So that was interesting. And then, you know, it gets dark early, right? Like 6 o'clock. So we ate some deer stew. That was delicious.
So okay, you're sleeping on the boat, but do you have a below deck?
Yeah, he has a berth. So,
Okay.
so we played poker with bullets for...
Were you playing strip poker?
No, definitely not. Anyways, so I had, the night before, we were in the lodge, and so I had stayed up a little bit late and drank a little bit too much. And so, I mean, I was fine, but I was tired, right? Because I had got up at 2 a.m. that morning with like 3 hours of sleep, and then I stayed up until like 3 a.m. So I was up like You know, I had 6 hours in like 3 days of sleep, so I was pretty tired.
Yeah.
So we're playing poker with bullets as chips. That was interesting. And finally, like about 11:30, I was like, I'm going to bed. And these degenerates. Jared didn't get into the bunk until 4 o'clock.
Oh, man.
And at random times in the middle of the night, he would just turn on the music through his music thing and turn up really loud. I was like, going fishing, 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 going. I'm like, well, what is wrong with you? And then at one point he started choking. Like literally he was choking. And I was like, what's going on? And I opened my eyes and Richie, his deckhand, jumps down, gives him the Highland maneuver, lifts him off the ground.
Whoa.
And he's like, I'm fine. And I'm just like, whoa. So that was
Wow.
that was an interesting experience.
Wow.
So there's that. Yeah. They're degenerates for sure.
Yeah.
But Richie, he's
a fisherman's life.
he's a Haida. He's a Haida native.
Okay.
So it's like the Tlingit and Haida is like the
Do you think they ever play hide and seek?
Haida.
Hide and seek?
Yeah. I'm not gonna go there. But he was an interesting.
I'm sure I would be hurt if I was up there and said that joke.
Actually, Richie would probably laugh. He's an interesting dude. Super rough life. Rough life. Super interesting dude. I got video of him like singing Haida songs, like the Raven song and the.
Oh wow.
I think I'm gonna sample it.
Oh, nice.
I think I'm gonna
like
sample it.
So it's funny you say a rough dude and everything. This is something that I would always razz my firefighter friends and my cop friends, about how they got this hard job. They don't. Especially firefighters. They got the easiest job in the world. And yet, I would always point out to them, who is in the top 5 most dangerous jobs? Who is it? Is it firefighter? No. Is it cop? No. Is it roofer? Yes.
Is it really?
And you know who's usually at number 1 or number 2?
Like some fisherman.
Deep sea fishermen.
Yeah.
That's right.
Crab fisherman.
Yeah, they got a short lifespan. Now, mind you, there's a lot more cops than deep sea. Well, maybe not. Yeah,
there's
a lot more than
cops.
deep sea fishermen. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But the point is, it is a dangerous job.
It is.
Fishing
But
is dangerous.
this guy wasn't a deep sea fisherman. He's Jared's deckhand because he has nothing else to do. But he was like the son of the Haida chief.
Oh, wow.
They lived in this big long house with like 40, 50 people. Like he was showing me pictures on the internet of their like ancestral home.
Right.
But he went to prison and like he's a complete drunk.
So it wasn't the fishing that made him rough.
No. And he was a super chill dude, right? Like super chill guy. I mean, he could run his mouth for sure, but
I'm sorry, I gotta turn that off a little bit. My side of my face is baking.
He could get a little mouthy,
right?
And he's definitely a drunk. But I think he had a pretty good soul.
Yeah.
Like he just seemed like like I can see why Jared puts up with him, right? Because he's kind of a good guy.
I have known a number of people in my span of 61 years that. You see them initially, you kind of get a bad vibe, and then you get to know them, and you realize, they're actually really good inside. They just have a hard way of showing it.
Yeah, well, or they were put in really bad situations.
Yeah.
Drugs are
Drugs
bad.
don't help. They don't help.
Yeah, hard drugs don't help.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so but. That fish that I brought you,
and thank you.
Chris was super generous. So we had 2 9-pound fish. That was it. So the box is like 6 pounds. So 18 pounds was like 24 pounds. He filled it up with his personal king salmon that he caught.
Oh,
filled
really?
up my box, and I'm like, dude, you got to let me give you some money or something. He's like, I don't need it.
Wow.
I'm like, well, who can I give this to?
Okay, I'm starting to get cold again.
I'm going to Spokane in March. Can I take some? No, I'm going before you. I'll just take some. Like, you just do with it what you want.
Chris is a nice guy. Another one that he's rough, but he's got a good heart.
Well, his face is rough. he looks rough because
Well,
of
you
the
look at
sea,
his,
right? And
yeah,
his
and you look at
hands.
his hands.
Well,
they're
he was an iron worker before
Yeah.
he was a like,
Jeez.
you know, I mean, but he is the kindest. I love that man.
His hands kind of remind me of my dad's hands.
Yeah.
My dad worked at a lumber mill
Yeah.
all
Oh
his
yeah.
life, you know, so he had shorter fingers.
You mean like you?
No, it grew back pretty good. It's just a little
Oh
bit short.
come on!
It's just a little bit short. You can see.
tell it's stubby. I'll never forget that. That is like
And I've got it on video.
imprinted in my brain,
My security camera caught it.
and I had to like think in my mind. Did I say something? Did I say something? Did I? Because you're taught kind of right when someone's using the saw, like you don't say anything.
Well, yeah, and you just came on the scene right when that happened.
Right when it happened, and I'm like, holy fuck, was that me? You're like, honey, I think we need to go to the hospital. Like just calm and cool outside of the curse words.
I was dancing around.
Yeah, but
first.
like it was just funny, like because I watched you do it, and you're like, oh, and then you open the door, you're like, honey, I think we need to go to the hospital.
It's kind of like when I got myself with the hedger that I rented. I was hedging the bushes, and I still to this day I don't know why there's no scar here, because that sucker just when it popped through and I lost my balance and it just hit the arm went and there was blood everywhere. There was a nice pool down below, and that was just so funny because Chelsea, I need a gauze. She goes, okay, runs in the house, comes back out. What's a gauze? It's like, just go get your mom, and blood's just dripping down. The dog's down there going, this tastes good. I mean, ever since that moment, Wiley always looked at me differently.
Yeah, you taste.
He saw me as food rather than boss.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, all in all, the trip was great.
Good.
I saw Billy. Billy and I flew out together because he was going to Anchorage for some medical testing. Didn't get to see Maxine because she had her spleen taken out.
Wow.
I don't know. She had something.
Something
So I went up there, but she wouldn't come out. She's kind of proper, right? So it's like, if she's not feeling well, she ain't coming out.
If I don't have my spleen, I'm not coming out.
No,
to
if
say hi.
she doesn't have her best face,
Right.
She's just like,
Well, if you just had something removed, you usually don't have your best face.
yeah. And so, but she's always like, after I leave, she always sends me like an apology text. It's sweet. I love those guys. And
I
Ed
don't
and
know
Barbara
what
do
my
good.
best face would be.
Yeah, it's definitely not this face. I'd have a mask.
Yeah,
Is
that would be
best
my
face.
best face. A mask.
for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good. It was good.
Cool. So do you have any topics you wanted to discuss?
I don't know.
Because I had
Okay, well let's talk.
I
about
had
your
two
topic.
fun ones.
Okay.
Well, one's
finish your refill.
yeah.
Okay, let's talk about fun topics.
Okay. I'll start with the lighthearted one.
Okay.
There's a band. What's the band's name again?
Lava Gulin.
No. Lorona. I was going to say Lorona. It's some metal band.
Okay.
So you got your lead singer, Diego.
Okay.
You have a bass player, Six. S-I-X-X.
Okay.
Well, Diego likes the fiance of Six.
Okay.
And so he's going to win her over by being more masculine than Six.
Okay.
You know how?
How?
Sneaking in to Six's drinks and whatever for years, estrogen.
Is that real?
He was giving the dude a sex change without him knowing it.
His bandmate?
Yeah.
For how many years?
They're no longer bandmates. I don't know how long it was. I didn't read the full article.
That's hilarious.
Well, is it? I mean, to you and me it is.
That's messed up, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And so then that got me thinking, yeah, I remember my friends and I used to always pull pranks on each other. But that's not a prank. That's some serious messed up stuff. The dude needs to be arrested.
Yeah, at a minimum.
But instead, they just parted ways. Said, we don't need you as our lead singer no more. And so I guess
Did he
6.
get the girl?
I don't think so.
Oh, that makes it even worse, right?
Yeah.
At least
'cause-
if he got the girl, he won. Like,
Yeah.
screw you. I won, but...
But I thought, wow, that is harsh. How about you just try to, but he thought, she'll see that I'm more manly. Because the other guy is going to start developing moves and,
Yeah, I got moves.
oh man, and see,
Just from eating shit like this.
that's
all
the other thing. Speaking of moves,
Are you gonna show
I've
me?
had to, no, nobody wants this. We'd have to change the rating on this.
Oh, yeah.
I just always have something taking away my time here and there, and so it's very hard to keep steady exercise routine. I just can't.
It's not that.
So I finally
Because you're lazy.
gave in and said, I don't like it, but I just got to start working out in the mornings. Because that's the only time of the day that I've got control of. Because I get up at the crack of dawn. It's not even dawn yet.
How do you even do that? Maybe, I do have a topic. It's called discipline. And the fact that I have 0.
Well, I don't have 0, but it's pretty low, obviously, because I would get home, but there are other things to do. I got to get this done. I got to get that done. That kind of thing. So, okay, every morning I have my wonderful moment because I get my coffee. I get my little
Donut.
bar. It's not a donut. It's a bar. I like to call it a protein bar, but it's not. and do my Bible reading and just gradually wake up my mind and my body and everything. Well, so that's just out. It's out the window. Not the Bible reading, but what I do is I get on the elliptical and I go through the Bible when I'm doing my elliptical. So there I get in, like 20 plus minutes on the elliptical, and then I work out. I get done with that before Jason gets here, and then I'm ready to roll. And I'm feeling it. I'm also more tired.
You should be.
Yeah.
I've been more tired these last couple of weeks. But today, I've got 19,569 steps.
Wow!
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So, I've been going to work. Because I'm going to work, I'm walking.
Makes a big difference.
It makes a big difference.
See, you should not work at home.
Yeah, working at home is awesome. Except it's not awesome.
Yeah.
There's so much other things to do. You have your stuff. When you have your stuff, I'm going to have to be super disciplined in Huna this summer.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm going to have basically my music station there, my work PC, right? So, like, I could just sit in that room for 2 months and not even leave. Except to go to the bar. That's going to be helpful.
Yeah. That helps a lot.
I could go down to the marina and get on the boat at least and then leave.
There you go.
To count my one day, but
Yeah. Well, you're going to do more than just get on the boat. You're going to do something.
not if Jared's not there.
Oh.
If he's off doing his firefighter thing, right? Because he works for the Forest Service as a
Right.
fire tech, so he might not even be there. But Jared was telling me that if you're a deckhand, like you get credit for being a deckhand, even if you actually don't go fishing.
Huh.
Like you do something on the boat. If I help him do something on the boat, so
Like
he'll just
poop in a bucket?
like poop in a bucket. So, I got to get those 150 days, right? I want to buy some halibut quota. It's actually cheaper right now. It's like 40. I saw one for 1,000 pounds for $42 a pound.
Oh,
I mean, it's a lot of money.
$42,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
You got to
but
pay that to fish it?
you have to pay that for the right to fish it.
So you're not guaranteed to get that.
Well, no, not necessarily. But you own that quota forever.
Right.
So you can fish, if you buy 1,000 pounds, you can fish 1,000 pounds in perpetuity.
Wow.
And you pay it one time.
Oh, so it's a one-time payment.
It's a one-time thing.
Ooh, that's not bad.
I mean, it's a significant investment, but it's like buying a house, right? Like,
Not anymore. That's like buying a shed.
well, but I'm saying like the investment, right?
Yes,
Like
exactly,
it's a one-time
exactly.
thing and you get it in perpetuity,
Right.
right? Like, So, yeah. But you need 150 days, and Jared's my guy. He was so pissed about his motor. And he's like, I'm just gonna fucking sell my license and sell everything, and I'm like, dude,
wait,
dude,
I'll buy you a motor.
Like, well, motor's like 15 grand.
Ooh.
Yeah, motors are not cheap, man. And I saw it. The piston like blew out the side of the motor. The cowling had a big hole in it, and then he had the cowling off, and he showed me the side of the motor, and there's like a big hole.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't check the oil. I'm guessing. I don't know. He said the other one.
There's a second lesson.
Change your oil.
Don't work at home. Two, change the oil.
Check your oil at a minimum.
Yeah.
Right? If it's getting low, put some more in. Now, I don't know if that's really what happened, but but I don't know. He's got some bad luck. And fishing's been shit the last 2 years for king salmon. And he's like, Jody's just getting pissed more and more every year because I'm not making any money. In fact, I'm losing money.
Wow.
And I'm like, dude, like, sometimes you just got to be a man and get a job in town during the week and then just fish on the weekend. Like, do that until the fishing turns around, right? Like, make a budget. Like, figure out what you're spending. Like this doesn't happen to me very often, so it feels weird, but like I feel compelled to like help him.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good dude, he can take care of himself, right? But like, it took me being around super successful, driven people to like make that connection and stop being just a complete waste of flesh, right? And so
Complete waste of flesh.
so like, I like Jared. He's a good.
That was him.
Yeah, he is a complete waste of flesh.
Complete waste of flesh.
Like, I like Jared. I love Jared.
Yeah.
He's a degenerate, but he's a good degenerate, right? And I feel like I feel compelled to, like, be around him and show him what it's like to, at least pretend to make good choices.
Right.
Right? And
there's another lesson. It's not just about doing things right. It's about making it look like you did it right.
yeah, fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's weird or not, but I don't know. Like,
That's not weird.
I feel compelled to try to
Because you care about him.
help him in any way that I can.
Yeah.
That doesn't like screw me financially,
Right.
right? I like him.
Yeah, there's certain, the fetching Mrs. and I were talking about this. There's a certain distance, space on the leash that you allow someone to have. Yeah, and life is about a balance, It's like, well, how much do I give to a person in money, in effort, and all that kind of stuff? Because you don't want to hurt your own family.
Yeah.
I speak that from experience. Yeah, it's but you do want to make some sacrifice for people, especially people you really care about. Man, it is windy out.
Yeah, it is. It's really gross outside.
Dang.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't really feel compelled to do that for most people, right?
Right.
But for some reason, I feel compelled. Like, something inside me says, hey, like, he just needs a little bit of guidance, right? Like, he needs to see a different point of view, and it will be helpful for him. Most people, like, don't give a shit, right?
Right.
But, I told him when we were on the boat, I said, my brother had this problem, and I think it's true. Like, if you hang around people who are worthless and degenerates and have no, like, drive, like, either you're gonna fall into that trap, right? Or you're gonna be the one to help them get out.
Yeah. It's very rare. They do exist, but it's very rare that people don't go down.
Yes.
To the level of the people they're surrounded by. They almost always do that.
Yeah, and that was terrifying for me.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it happened to my brother. He was around a bunch of guys and he wasted 15 years of his life, like just doing nothing.
Right.
And I told that to Jared while we were on the boat. And then after,
way.
yeah, it's always like that. And then after we were back and it was Sunday night and we were having drinks in the room together, he was like, I was thinking about what you said about how, if you hang around people that, aren't doing good things, that you're going to end up like that, right? If you don't watch yourself. I've been putting a lot of thought into that.
Wow.
So it's like things like that I'm like, wow. Like,
that's really cool.
Like, that even compels me even more, right? Because he's a hard worker. He's a grinder. He does a shitty job for shitty money for the government, right? But he's, he cares about like helping people not lose their homes or, the forest.
Well, obviously he's trying to keep the forest from burning down. He cares about that. Yeah.
Wow. His parents are awesome. I've met his parents a couple times. His parents are cool people.
Julie's brother, his son, works a fire team. Every year with forest fire management stuff. I don't know what other job he does, but when fire season comes around, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, him too, and he gets laid off in the winter.
Yeah.
So.
We just need more pyromaniacs out there in the winter time to keep these people employed.
Yeah. Well, he told me, he was like, 2 years ago the fishing was amazing. He caught like 150 fish in the winter, so he was doing really good. Last year or 2 years ago it was less, and last year was less, and this year is even worse.
Huh. But everything does kind of cycle.
So that's what I told him. I'm like, well, maybe you should consider next year, like, getting a job in town in the winter. Like, he could work for the city or for something. He could do something, right? Just to make a little bit of money and then just fish on the weekends until, it starts making money, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't really want to do it. I'm like, I know you don't want to do it.
Well, there's a lot of things we don't want to do.
But in life, we have to do shit we don't want to do all the time.
I've had those moments, which is why I realized at my age, I just don't have the giddy up that I used to have. I couldn't do some of the stuff I used to do. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad I'm not in that spot now.
Yeah.
And that's really one of the goals in life, is to put in the hard work and effort so that when you can't put in the hard work and effort, you don't have to.
Well, you'd have to do something else, right? Like, think about Chris, right? He's 66 or something, right? I remember when they were pouring the slab for that building. Mm-hmm. You saw the building, right?
Yeah, I helped bolt in a couple of those metal deals. Yeah.
When they were doing the concrete for that, Chris was out there doing all the concrete. Jared was out there. Eddie was out there. A couple other people were out there. Chris was out there longer than all of them guys.
Oh, yeah.
And Jared was like, my back hurt, my knees hurt, and Chris was like, well, you just have to do it. Like, I want to have mental fortitude like that guy. I can't even stand in a cold shower for more than 0.68 seconds.
Did Jack go click click?
Yeah.
Okay, in all honesty, I haven't taken a cold shower in a long time now. I got out of that habit because it was a lot easier to take a real cold shower after a good hard workout. It felt good,
Yeah. Now?
And in the wintertime too, although I was doing it all the time for a while, so that when we were up there in Hoona, I did it. David thought I was dying in the shower.
Well, that water in Hoona is a little bit colder.
Oh, it was cold.
Yeah.
I hadn't felt that cold.
Yeah.
There was one time, I remember a long time ago, I was in high school. My brother, my dad, and we went up to this one, it was North Fork of the Willamette. It's nothing but snow melt. And, I had my wetsuit, and I had this old school neoprene dry suit, but it was bigger, so we thought, it might fit Neil. And it was just a little bit too tight of a squeeze for him. It's like, okay, well, if you're not going to have that on, I'm not going to have my wetsuit on. So I take it off. And I jumped in. And it was like those cartoons. I just went, and I was right back out. I said, why don't you give that another try? We squeezed him into that thing.
I bet you did.
Yeah, that was fun because it was a great spot. My friends and I used to always go to. It had a nice big rock area so you could jump off into the water and good stuff. So before we hang this up, because we're past our 30 minutes, there was a number 2 thing.
Okay, what's the number 2 thing?
It was a fascinating thing that I did not expect.
Okay.
What is, in your thought process, what do you think is the number 3 killer in the United States? What's number 3?
What's number 1 and number 2?
Well, I didn't look at those. Because I was just fascinated at this stat.
Suicide?
No, that's a good guess.
The number 3 killer of all people?
In the United States, the number 3 thing that kills people in the United States.
All age ranges,
Yeah.
all nationalities?
Yes.
All, okay. And it's not suicide. Diabetes?
Because obviously, yeah, we got diabetes, heart, and cancer. I think the heart and cancer things, I think those might have been 1 and 2. Probably.
So it's not diabetes then?
No.
Is it something ridiculous? Like something to be hard to guess?
I wouldn't have guessed it. So I'll give you one more try and then I'll tell you.
Car crashes.
Nope. Medical mistakes.
Ooh.
Medical mistakes. So I'm not going to go see the doctor anymore.
Well, I mean, it was told to me by Jimmy, if you're watching Jimmy. I appreciate you. Jimmy said, well, we were talking about doctors, and he said, take a look around the office here. How many people do you know here that are gainfully employed and are fucking useless? Now go to your doctor's office and you tell me which one you have.
Yeah. That's
like, what do they call the person that graduates last in their class in medical school?
A doctor.
Yeah. Right? My doctor is like that.
Yeah.
But she's not a surgeon, so...
Point is, medical mistakes, giving someone the wrong drugs.
Oh, yeah.
Just
and you know what's crazy?
Screwing up in surgery.
You know what's
whatever.
crazy? Best thing in the world, get put under. Best thing in the world.
To get put under?
Oh, yeah. It's great. It's so...
Oh, I thought you meant to die.
No. To like when you're having surgery and they put you out.
No,
best thing ever.
It's the pre-surgery drug. That one that just makes the world seem wonderful.
Yeah.
I love that. I
like
really
to
love
like
that
wake
drug.
up. Like I'm all groggy, but like the sleep that you had is like the best sleep I ever had.
I have a little waking up story.
Okay, well let's hear it.
From surgery. I'm in the other room, and I woke up and everything. Julie's in there with me, and I hear the guy in the stall next to us coming up, and he's just cussing up a storm, and the nurse is trying to, straighten him out. He's just coming to. It's just you're disoriented, right? And all that. And evidently, you do all kinds of weird stuff when you're first coming out.
Okay.
And I said, man, sure hope I didn't cuss like that. And Julie said, no, but you made a comment about her boobs.
That's a Dana thing to do.
Don't.
I had all 4 of my what are those teeth in the back?
Your brain stem?
No, the teeth in the back.
Oh,
that people get
the
removed.
wisdom teeth.
Wisdom teeth. I had all 4 of my wisdom teeth taken out.
Ooh.
At the same time.
Nice.
Okay. I was, 18, 19. Ex-wifey was there. My mom was there. So they drug me up. They take them out. Like, all I remember is, like, waking up and them saying, you're out of surgery now. Okay. And then I remember, like, being wheeled, like, in the wheelchair to the car. I remember, like, a faint, like, like, seeing, like, I'm in a wheelchair. And then I remember, like, being in the car. And then the next thing I remember is they were pulling me out of the car and they let go of me and I face planted in the yard. Yeah. Thanks, Mom.
Nice.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. So it kind of comes full circle to pranks.
Yes.
Although that first one wasn't really a prank, but, kind of is. If he said, just kidding.
Yeah. We'll get you out of the car. Just kidding. Yeah. So, best thing. I would get the little snip if they'd put you out.
Oh, I watched it.
Oh, fuck that.
I watched it.
Nope, I'm out. I'm terrified of that.
Yeah,
If
and
they would put me out, I would do it in a minute. Don't care. You can. You know that those like plastic surgeons that got in trouble for like carving their initials in women, like you can carve your initials in my ass. Don't care, just put me out.
if you're getting snipped, it's not your ass. That's
No,
getting-
I know. I'm just saying the carving, like
okay.
their initials,
Yeah.
right? Like you can do whatever you want to me. Don't care.
I wanted to make sure that
put me
sucker
out.
was cut, seared, tied, separated. I did not want these little hoses to reunite.
reconnect. Yeah.
Because I have a friend that happened to.
Really.
Yeah.
But then
First-
you could call that a miracle.
No, this is the miracle. The first time they get another kid, and it's like, holy crap. So he got fixed again, and she got fixed, and then she got pregnant.
How?
Because her egg found its way out of there.
Wow.
Yeah. And his hoses reconnected.
Again.
So an egg finding its way out, and sperm finding its way out, but that one was the girl.
She should have been president.
Yeah.
Like that's a miracle, baby.
That's a miracle baby.
Like
Right
you
there.
can't. I mean, there's nothing you can. Okay,
It's like, okay, this was from God.
it was from something.
from medical malpractice. It didn't kill anyone. It created life.
Yes.
It like did a minus on somebody who died.
On that note, we hope you have medical malpractice in the positive way.
In the positive way. Yes.
Like extra kids you can't afford. And don't want.
Happy going down that cabana hole.
Yeah.
Oh, that was you. I thought it was him. Holy cow. The skeleton's alive. Cheers.
Cheers.